So, Mr. Brian Stockton, did you listen to that hideous debate last night? I'm just curious.
No, I don't know why anybody subjects themselves to that. It's possible to be an informed voter and still just avoid that stuff like the plague. I don't know why anybody watches
Have
that.
you read the aftermath of it?
Well, I was on Twitter last night, and so you sort of get that third hand
Yeah.
like without clicking on any links or anything.
Without having too much
Just,
stress. Without cringing or feeling uncomfortable.
Just reading the Twitter was stressful enough, so I stopped.
Well, I wasn't going to watch it. I was doing the Twitter, which I quite enjoy. It's a good way to watch a debate in the States. But my son was downstairs, and it's his birthday today. Happy birthday. He wanted me to come down and watch it with him because he's so naive. He's young. He's 17 now today, and he thinks politics is interesting. It'll be fun. And this is a guy I can't show like a teen comedy to because he cringes too much at the poo jokes or whatever, the sex and the awkward sexual dynamic between people. He has to leave the room practically and come back. So anyway, Trump had this to say.
And I'm okay with electric cars, too. I think I'm all for electric cars. I've given big incentives for electric cars. But what they've done in California is just crazy.
So did you hear about his little mention of electric cars?
Right, which is not a thing that he's done, and he's done the opposite. That seems to be his strategy, to do something and then say the opposite.
He did show up at Lordstown Motors, and I think he might have been at Rivian once, just to show the prowess of American manufacturing. So, most people probably didn't hear about those things, but they probably heard about this. And, Elon was actually pretty anti-lockdown, so he's kind of siding with Trump on that. So I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, I think that it's good to have it out there that he supports electric cars because 43% of America is a large chunk of people, unfortunately and very frighteningly, but at least they've had that message last night.
Okay, as well as how great white supremacists are.
Okay, one of those messages was much more damaging than the other one was positive. Yeah, I don't even know why I mention it, but we don't do politics on the show. But we call this our political show because
It's not even our country. It's not our country.
It's not we care. I'll tell you why I care, Brian. I'll tell you why I care. Because I think if it went authoritarian, the first thing they do is take over Canada for our meat, juicy resources, our attractive people, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe some of our horses and cows. And I'm moving to New Zealand. Why New Zealand? I think it's the only country that's actually functional. Doesn't seem to have a huge, anti-anything movement.
No, New Zealand is great, home of filmmaker Peter Jackson, and but I don't have the story in front of me.
Whatever his name is, what's his name?
Oh, Taika Waititi, one of the great film directors of today.
Yes.
But I don't have the story in front of me, but fresh water is going to be maybe a rare commodity in the sort of climate change future. So, Canada, we're known for having tons of fresh water. So, with future political turmoil, maybe Canada will be the next superpower because of all of our fresh water.